I've seen Christian at a lot of tournaments.
Players,
he's always smiling, he's always happy, and he's usually like pretty close to the top.
Stage, give you your bearings. Players in standard winner box number 5. To the side of the chariot, please.
Thank you.
I'm Tiger, I got it.
Talking to me. So 0.
We can't let that little kid win the tournament.
No!
We can't let that little kid
I have
win
to
the
say, I'm
tournament.
actually
Drop him.
really
Just get him out
interested
of there.
in Christian's list, mostly because I feel as though when you don't have actual real burn,
I don't know if you heard my.
I think that the value of cards like Pulse Tracker diminishes a little bit.
I will.
He might not be playing.
Quick pace,
Yeah,
walk
he
up
could
there.
be somebody that's going up on the curve to like Nighthawk, Malakir, Bloodwitch. It might be that he's still really super low on the curve and is a Viscera Seer deck with high, with Kalstra Highborn. But I'm curious to see what's wrong with this because when someone says that they're playing mono black vampires, there's so many different ways it could go, and it'll be a nice change of pace to see something a little bit different again.
I don't either. It might have been me. Are you talking to me or Gerry? Gerry. I guess we haven't started yet, right? He doesn't even have an opponent yet?
He's Mulligan.
Yeah.
I like watching Christian play. He's always very happy.
What would you think if I told you this is the first time I've mulliganed today?
I'm mulligan a lot.
Wow. Jerry just mulliganed, and in mulliganing, displayed his hand to his opponent. So a very friendly act.
I've had a lot. I think both of these players know each other well enough that they know what the other
For
one's
your
playing.
information, we will be posting standings after, well, immediately prior to the next round and the round after that. You have 50 minutes for this round, starting now.
Man, aside from the whole me not being in the tournament at the last pairing, I was pretty psyched about what I thought was the pair down. I was like, yes!
Yeah. I think I was fine with the Boros pairing too.
Yeah. Like it's not our best matchup, but Squadron Hawk's really the only card that annoys us. It's not even as good as it
Legacy
just
Challenge players, your pairings are posted on the pairings board.
Thanks, Gatekeeper
Legacy
Wars,
Challenge players, your pairings are posted.
Yeah, but it's no worse than like Bloodcast, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, one of the things that's very hard with this matchup, until we know more about Christian's deck, is making a prediction on it. With the Boros Vampires matchup, I think I would have been pretty comfortable having the prediction be towards Gerry Thompson.
Really? I think Boros is way better than Vampires. I think it's like a highborn. Keeling is like, I don't know. I think Boros has an advantage there, but
Attention Magic players, there is Boston Redding.
you have like Stoneforge Mystic, Squadron Hawk.
First time mulligan.
I know, and it's a double mulligan.
2-in-1 game.
God. I didn't think I could be so unlucky.
I'm wrong.
Not today.
Never mind.
We used to always give David Meyer a hard time because he spent that entire tournament. He goes, nope, I'm not going to split. I'm destined to win. I'm destined to win. And then as soon as he plays, you go, hey, split.
Oh, yeah. I had it right. Okay, there we go.
Defend him when I can in our match, though, at least.
Top Scars and Mirrodin.
Like,
He's really good.
yeah, they're like, he so dumb, he played Dark Souls. I was like, yeah. I died the next turn.
Yeah.
I was just dead. I also made a mistake the very next turn that just wasn't quite as coy as no one saw it. Except for
Yeah, Dark Rituals go is like pretty noticeable.
Okay, so we have the presentation of the decks. I really want to see Christian's hand.
I played a Lotus Petal instead of a Lion's Eye Diamond instead of discarding because I was under the impression I was like,
It's funny, Gerry is now doing that tell I said that means you need to draw a certain card, but he hasn't looked at his hand yet, so he needs to draw certain cards.
He takes Lion's Eye Diamond, obviously.
Not too detrimental when you're in that type of
position. And I only have 6 mana. Like, so no one obviously in the watching ever noticed it, and Sunders like, so you could have won. I was like, explain. Has time started? Oh. I apologize.
One time, on swimming to the side event stage, please.
Okay.
A 1-drop, come on.
Well, we see a very, very common opening there for the Black Vampire deck.
Look at you.
Look at me go.
Upkeep, I go to 19.
Yeah.
Dueling Lacerators, is that?
Yes! We might have had a one-lighter.
Pretty sure I'm blocking.
There.
A little bit of extra information for Gerry before the combat begins.
Get
Yeah.
cards.
I mean, this is You can tell that they're close enough friends where this is
a fun match.
This is them enjoying themselves a bit. Gerry also kept a one-lander.
Oh, that's bad news for him.
You could.
I mean, he's down. How many cards did he start with? 6 or 5?
I think it was 5.
17, right?
Okay.
Fetch line.
I just took one.
Yeah, you're good.
I mean, he could conceivably keep a one-lander at 6 on the draw. I do it all the time.
Attention Magic players, we're still looking for Austin Liming. Please
there we go.
The silent stage so we can get your win box started.
Sign in blood. A little bit of extra room for a card like that.
And you know, Sign in Blood is interesting because you can't dome people with burn spells, but you can dome people with Sign in Bloods. And
I love that.
When you're not at the stage where you want to be doming people, it's Council of Sword time number 2.
Yeah.
You know, you're Night's Whispering. That's pretty good.
Actually, you know, I'm surprised that Sign in Blood isn't being played in Vampires that's Black Red more often. He's way ahead in cards right now after Sign in Blood and Gatekeeper. Gerry is just sitting on, you know, his one land, multiple mulligan draw, and trying to put something together. Is that a captivating vampire?
That is, in fact, a captivating vampire.
Well, I guess you blocked the Bloodghast then.
16 to 12?
Unhappily.
So.
You unhappily blocked the Bloodghast.
14. This is really rough for Gerry.
Ooh, comes into play tapped.
All out of one drops.
Fair.
Better than no land, though.
It's true.
Five.
Down to 8.
No, down to 7.
Oh, it's down to 7. You're right. +1/+1. And unloads. With a Bloodghast in the yard. There's very little that's dead for him at this point. Let's pretend Gerry's best draw.
I mean, Gerry's best draw here is Arc Trail.
Arc Trail.
He hits the Captivating Vampire and the...
His best draw is land with an Arc Trail already in hand, right?
Yes.
And so then he kills the Pulse Tracker, kills that, takes 4 or 6 depending. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
Really?
That was some crazy variance. I mean...
Yeah,
I'm still
that's
proud of my
what
11
happens.
I got to.
I mean,
It's magic. It's one of the reasons why the game is so great.
I was only 10.
Bloodghast, actually not, Blood Throne Vampire.
How unfair.
Someone
What
saying
a
that they
sick
saw that.
start.
Did we see that come into play? What? Blood Throne Vampire?
Yes.
Nice. That's a sick card.
So let's
He's really good highboard.
Million skin renders.
Now.
A million of
And we'll be
them.
closing side events fairly soon. If you would like to get in on a Winamax or a booster draft, now would be the optimal time to do so, as we will not be running them much longer. If you would like to sign up for something, my awesome friend Miss Tasha will be more than happy to get you set up. Please come see her at the side event stage. We have 3 spots remaining for a casual draft. It's just $10, and we'd really love to get you in it.
Trying to see what we have for potential sideboard cards from Christian Valenti. Can't quite make it out. Did he do the classic press the 15 cards in, sideboard out 15 cards?
I think he did. I think that's a good habit to
I like it
have.
quite a bit. I guess there's no reason not to play. I was going to say I wouldn't play him in that, but I guess there.
Looks like he's removing Sign in Blood, which is actually a little surprising to me. I'm not sure if this is a matchup that collapses so quickly that Sign in Blood is a liability. It might be he is taking them all out. It might be he's shaving it down.
Maybe. I don't mind Sign in Blood here.
Yeah, I don't either. I think that this is...
I think those 2 cards really good. Like, every card matters in this matchup. I'm excited to see what decks make this top 8.
Me too.
See how aggressive this top 8 will be.
I'm,
Race for the finish.
I want Gerry to win on a certain level, but on another level, I would like to see Black Vampires do well. So, I mean, it's the question of like persona versus like my curiosity about seeing this deck play some more. Captivating Vampire, for example, that's kind of a little spicy meatball, and I like spicy meatballs.
He's pretty much a sicko at these things.
I also like spicy meatballs.
Somewhere around the top.
I like Christian's deck, and I like Christian's deck choice too. It's really aggressive.
It seemed fitting that it was you and him in the finals.
Hardcore aggression is a good thing, I think, right now.
So we know about Pulse Tracker.
Yeah.
We know about Vampire
Lacerator.
Lacerator.
The best player in the tournament. And,
We know about
pretty much ran the entire field
Bloodthorn Vampire.
throughout the.
And now I'm gonna skip Bloodthorn Vampire and just go to Bloodghast, because Bloodthorn Vampire is a card that we might see 2 up, might see 3 up, might see 4 up. We can't quite know. We saw Sign in Blood. That's probably a 2 to 4 of.
So what's
Fair. So is
Bloodthorn.
Bloodthorn.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So Captivating Vampire. I feel
Captivating is probably a 4 of.
I mean, yeah, they
Maybe
work well.
3.
Like,
So then you could tell he's
that
playing
card.
this good matchup.
Like, I don't mind having Brave Lord, something like that.
Gotcha. He's such a
Gatekeeper, I'm guessing, is a good 4 of.
Everything.
So.
Yeah. Like the PTQ where he beat me in the finals in Indy. Like the thing that really not got to him, he's just awesome. He conceded to Kyle, his roommate,
Yeah,
like
like
round 2 or 3, yeah. And he just like, I mean, he didn't actually lose. Yeah, he didn't actually lose.
Yeah,
So let's pretend, for the sake of argument, that Gerry wins this. One of the things that does leave us is then Christian Valenti going to Game 3 on the play.
Hopefully we'll both keep 7. As opposed to our
I mean,
sweet
being
mortal
in
5s and
place,
6s.
pretty good here, right?
I know it.
I'm a really big fan. Some people have tried to make claims recently, I think Cedric Phillips is one of them, that you want to be on the draw in these aggressive matchups, but I actually think that that's incorrect for pretty much every aggressive matchup, whether it's red on red, vampires on vampires, or if you mix and match
Especially with cards like Searing Blaze for red on red.
With Searing Blaze, with cards in the black matchups like a Gatekeeper of Malakir, you know, being the one that's the first to act can sometimes mean that your opponent taps down and then you do something while they're tapped down that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise.
It's true.
First strike, pretty good at holding off guys. Arc Trail would be a really good follow-up right now.
I think he'd much rather play a Guy than an Arc Trail. This Hex Mage has a lot of value, and you kind of want to block Gatekeepers.
That's fair. And the Arc Trail will be able to be in your hand to work tomorrow.
Yeah, and it might be able to do work on something besides a Bloodghast.
That's a very good point.
You know?
You're supposed to not have a blood gas, man.
Sorry, bro.
You're just too good.
That seems just fine.
I think that they're both okay with that line of plays. I mean,
Yeah.
he's losing a Bloodghast, and he's happy to cast the Gatekeeper to kill it.
Judge Jeff Foster, 2 side events, please. Judge Jeff Foster, 2 side events. Also, folks, we are trying to fill up the last standard winner box of the night. We currently have 2 people signed up. We need 6 more to see it through. If you'd like to get involved, please come out to the side event stage now.
So, for those of you who are close enough to get here, 6 more people, you could be a part of that 6 people to get a winner box.
Results correct?
Is that a Captivating Vampire? No, sorry, my bad. Thought I saw Captivating Vampire in his hand, but I think that I'm wrong.
Bottom.
A Captivating Vampire would be great here.
Yeah, that would be a really awesome card, particularly if he has anything. Oh, nope, just unloading. I see a Lacerator. Is that 2 Seers, a Lacerator, and a Bloodghast?
It is.
And then we've got Hex Mage and Gatekeeper of Malakir on the other side.
Oh, man, this could be really exciting. So, the Captivating Vampire's activated ability, like the Magical Christmas Land ability,
The one that I've never seen activated, but I've always wanted to see activated?
I've seen it activated.
Attention Magic players in casual
In my
draft
dreams,
number
you know.
4.
If he takes this
Casual
hit,
draft number 4,
I bet you he has it in his
Silence
hand.
area where Judge Jeff is going to get you started.
He does not
Again,
have it in
that's
his hand.
Casual draft number 4. To the sideline stage, please.
Oh, takes it.
Yeah.
He has it.
Come on, I want to see captivating vampire get activated.
It's not going to happen. Jerry's not going to let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I want to.
He's going to
wanna see Gerry
gatekeeper
Thompson
or
win this
arc
tournament,
trail
but,
or something.
I think Christian can win this match, and Gerry can still win the tournament. I'm not too worried about Gerry making top 8 at this stage.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to. Well, I mean, anything's possible.
That's true.
That is not the face of a man who's excited about his position. I don't think I see any red cards in his hand. Just drops a whole ton of stuff. I'm not sure why that gatekeeper didn't do some work. Even if it is just going to eat a Bloodghast. I think you're going to see a captivating vampire do some thievery.
12 to 19.
Oh my gosh. So intense.
Do you continue to keep control if the vampire dies? I think you do. I think you get to keep it for the whole time.
Oh yeah. It's forever.
Oh,
it's like a diamond.
There it is.
That's captivating.
Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious.
I like captivating vampires art too. He's like, come on, come hang out, come on, you know, like.
Okay.
And in fact, he's stealing vampires.
Wait. What just happened there? He's attacking, tapping his guy. Okay, he's got the Vhristian in a land, so he can just bring it back.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. The land brings it back. There we go.
And the guys he steals are vampires, so they can like help him reactivate if Gerry somehow like arc trails or something. Well, I guess arc trail would deal with the captivating vampire itself.
One of the things to remember here too, though, is when he goes to attack, Christian has to tap down his whole team to steal one vampire.
Well, Christian can block before he does that.
Right. Except for it's being killed right now.
Ooh. I wonder what he takes here. I guess you just take a gatekeeper, right?
Do you take the Hex Mage?
No.
Just say, okay, I mean, I know that sets you up for Arc Trail, but...
Well, you can't, if you try to take the Hex Mage, you just sacrifice
obviously,
it.
You're correct. He just sacks it, my bad. Yeah, so it's Gatekeeper. It's going to be a lot of damage, though. You know, he's going to steal that, but he's going to eat a lot of damage. Oh, there was even a vampire off screen.
For Gerry?
I like what I've got.
The card he used to kill the captivating vampire was a skin render. So he stole a skin render.
Ooh, wow.
I couldn't quite make it out before because it was just off of the screen, but that's a skin render now at the very, very top.
Skin render is brutal in this matchup.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal.
I mean,
I've heard about people citing in 1/3s in this matchup. Like, Skin Rider kills a guy and like presents this awesome threat. A black 3/3?
Yeah.
How does Christian's deck deal with that?
So right now he's presented with an interesting question. He can attack for 8 damage to knock Christian down to 4 life. But if he does that, that means he's setting himself up for a return attack that is pretty significant.
Come get your sign up now.
Is he going to go for just 6? 6 damage ain't nothing to slouch at. All of it in. There we go. I like 8. Take 8. Go to 4. Disfigure? Nope. Makes it just take take 6 or take 4. Go to 8. So was that 2 disfigures that he just cast? Yeah. Here comes the beats. And then a Malakir Blood Witch.
Wow.
Blood Witch. I like that card.
I like that card a lot.
Yeah.
I used to be absolutely in love with that card. I used to think it was one of the better cards in Standard. I talked about how it was better 5-drop than Baneslayer for certain Standard formats.
Well, I mean, like, we're pretty sure, I mean, because of the tempo I get, that I'm the aggro deck no matter if I'm on the play or draw.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just gives me more win conditions, more threats.
So we just watched round 8, and we watched Christian Valenti and Gerry Thompson's undefeated streak. Christian Valenti. It's good to see him, you know?
I really debated.
I like watching him.
I really debated, like, the way, I mean, I guess you have Hex Mages, but